Hey, it's John Birmingham. I'm here to. You see my leg? It looks like I was naked. Hi. Okay, Ridley Scott has made a comment on these superhero movies. You know who Ridley Scott is? Ridley Scott is a big director. He did some really big movies. He's pretty good. He's a good director. Um I don't know if he's good as a human being. I don't know if he's morally good or bad, but it's kind of funny what he said. And I'm not saying if I agree with him or not. So what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on Ridley Scott saying, here's what he said. Ridley Scott slams superhero movies boring as sh you know what. Boring is you know what. With scripts that aren't any effing good, he said. Because he would do an original movie with an original screenplay, not based on Stan Lee's original characters, or some guy who wrote comic books and came up with, invented all these like superhero things. But superhero movies are a genre within themselves, and they hire very good writers, and often they may have a really good story or something special about them, or be morally good. Their theme may be something that's morally good and helps people, Um, but he said that maybe he got tired of seeing it and he wanted to make his own big movie. This is on IMDb. IMDb. The best, he said, Ridley Scott said, the best films are driven by the characters, and we'll come to superheroes after this if you want, because I'll crush it, he said. I'll crush it. Wow, that's kind of mean. That's really mean sounding. They're boring as sh. Scott told Deadline in an interview that the scripts are not any effing good, he said. And he cursed and all that. Okay, he did Blade Runner and Gladiator and Alien. That's the one that I remember he did. Alien was okay. I like James Cameron's Aliens better. After Alien, there was Aliens. And, there aren't any mean aliens in real life. It says in the Bible what's really out there, and there are aliens out there in the universe, but they're benevolent, they're kind, they're like regular kind people, and they're not evil. So that script is like a pretty far-fetched reality. The aliens, all that stuff, but Alien is pretty good, and I think he worked with like some of those big people like H.R. Geiger and stuff, that artist H.R. Geiger, but it's pretty scary stuff. My professor worked with H.R. Geiger on a movie. My professor directed Species 2, Peter Medak. And I brought Danica to the class I was living with and going to the school, and she was there with me, and she was interning at something and working on movies or something like that. And I brought her to the class, and Peter Medak didn't do this for any other student, and he kissed Danica on the hand. Like sometimes when I introduced her to famous people who are on my movies, or like him, he was my professor, Peter Medak. He was nominated for an Academy Award for The Changeling in 1980 or something in the 70s. I don't know. And anytime I introduced a famous person to Danica, they'd kiss her on the hand. Him, Ron Jeremy, Lloyd Kaufman, maybe somebody else. And it was special. Like they realized, she's kind of a princess. She's kind of really a real princess almost. Not a literal princess, but from a good family. So that was kind of neat. But I don't know if I'll ever be with her again. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It's up to God. It's up to God, really. So that's what Ridley Scott said about that stuff. Uh, we can look at Ridley Scott. Why did he be so mean about it? He wanted to be the best. His movies Gladiator, with working with Russell Crowe. He's worked with Russell Crowe. Look how famous this guy is. On the star meter of all the celebrities, directors, everyone like that, he's number 171. He's the 171 highest celebrity. You can get IMDb Pro, and it tells you all this cool stuff about this good stuff about the entertainment industry. You can actually contact their agents, famous people's agents, to try to get them to show up at like your event or something, if you want them to speak at your event or something like that. If you can afford some of them, they have their agent contacts on here. So I'm not going to show his agent contact because I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. Here's the movies he's constantly look at all these movies he's producer of. They haven't been released yet. Projects in development, 20 of them or something, or a lot, many. I don't know what he's doing. That's what he does. Producer, director. I like to be, me personally, I like to be the creative producer. I like to be the creative producer and the director. The director is in charge of all creative decisions. He's the creative lead on the entire film. All the creative ideas, they're his. Besides, it's based on the screenplay. Whoever wrote the screenplay, it's based on the screenplay. The director sometimes is a writer. It could be another writer or writers. So Ridley Scott said that about about the superhero movies. What are some of the other movies he did? Look at all these movies. These have not been released. At least one of them. Big movies. He was director and producer of House of Gucci. I heard of that. That's a new one. It's number 34. He's a big director. All these movies that he did. You may have heard of some of these movies he did. Mercy Street. I don't know what that is. I had a friend who directed a movie called Mercy Streets or something, I think. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But Ridley Scott, big movie producer and director. He doesn't like superhero movies these days. Maybe he'd change his mind if he got to do one. Maybe he thinks, why are they so cool? Alien. Whoa. One of his first movies, Alien. That was a good movie. I liked the Aliens movies that were after that by James Cameron better. But I did see this and I think it was good. I think it was a good movie. I think. Oh no, this is a TV series. This is another Alien movie that he did. I pressed back. It's going back. So, see how popular he's ever been. Well, he may have been more popular in the 80s. IMDb started around the late 90s. So, it has him up to number 7. So, he was up to number 7. Danica and I, when we were together, we both wanted to be number 1 in the IMDb. It was like, it was kind of a dream or goal of ours, a dream of ours or goal. And we made our own films. We did it indie, and you know, I moved to Virginia in 2005 and had to do it all on our own. There are no industry contacts here. Um, you know, within reason. There are some other filmmakers and stuff. We did some kind of big indie films. We met the president of the Casting Society of America, Gerald Franks. He came back here after being in LA for whatever, and then we talked to him a little bit and some other people. He worked on someone's movie. He was the president of the Casting Society of America. He was here in town. These other people that put on film festivals here. There's a film festival in town that like Mickey Rooney was at, and some other celebrities. Debbie Reynolds, I think when she was alive. That's Carrie Fisher's mother, I think. And she lived in Roanoke. Sissy Spacek lived in Roanoke, or at the lake nearby. There are some big YouTube people from here, including Danica, who has 501 million views. 501 million views on her channel, and she has more views on my channel. And you know, my kids are the actors in her videos, and she puts dolls and random stuff, but her and the kids are in the videos. And there are some other big YouTubers, but I don't know of that many in my actual town. In all of Virginia, there's some other bigger ones, but there are two other big YouTubers that I know of in my town in Roanoke. There's actually three, but two of them are on the same channel, so it's like not as big because they share the money between one another. And there's this other guy who has a big kids channel. And I think he was making $20,000 a month or something like that. The kids channel guy. There's some people like that, you know. That's not as much as it sounds. A lot of it, he was making $6,000 a month. Then it went up to $10,000, then $20,000, and then I don't know how much he's making now. So it wasn't like he was always making that all that time. And when you pay taxes on $20,000 a month, gosh, it's not as much. And he had to do his own productions. He had to get his puppets or you know, all his filmmaking equipment and stuff like that. It cost money. But Danica has a lot of views. Danica, and I'm in her #1 video, Ronald McDonald video. Ridley Scott. So he said some kind of mean stuff about the superhero stuff. But he's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know why he said that. He thought he'd say something cool. That was like trendy and stuff that like young people would be like, yeah, we want original movies. The ones that, you know, there's one writer who writes a really good script and it's really original. It's not based on superheroes, those kinds of things. But those superhero movies, there's some good writing in there. James Gunn. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this or not, but I'm gonna, you know, James. I'll just type in James and you'll probably see his name. He's so famous. Some big director. I wrote him a message on email one time and he answered it. I said, is there some, like, how did you get so popular at, I asked him how he got so popular at movies and stuff. And he said, there's no trick to it. It's just work really hard at it, be good at what you do, and go do it. So he was. So I did that, but there were no industry contacts at all. I had to write like random people who didn't know how I was talking to them or anything. He was around all those people, talking to them, networking, stuff like that. I think he's okay. He directs this most of the Superman, so not Superman, but most of the he directs a lot of the superhero movies. Not all of them, but he's the biggest director, I think, of the superhero movies, I think. But some of them are starting to, there may be some huge director like Spielberg or something who does a superhero movie. I don't know. But he's one of the biggest directors for superhero movies. Of course, everyone, I think, people know of him now. He's like famous, Guardians of the Galaxy. And he started with this Trauma movie company that distributed two of my movies, and I have 3 movies. One of them is not distributed by them. It doesn't have like as much nudity or violence and stuff. But so I'm gonna go. Ridley Scott said that. Ridley Scott said that. That is great. Great. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de... No! Okay. Hi. I feel pretty cool. I have a new video you can watch. It shows you how to look cool like a rock star. Like a rock star. That angle looked awful on it. Maybe I can make my face look better by turning this light on here. Hope nothing explodes. No. Whoa. I don't know. So, I have a new video. Shows you how to be a rock star. How to get in really good shape. Yo. And look like a rock star. And okay, check out that video. Man, woman, whoever you are, I'm gonna go. This is John Birmingham. Yo. Okay, bye. Bye. Check out that other video. I'll put a link to it after this, but it may not show up for a while, or I'll put it in the video in the comments under the video. Great. Okay. Bye. This is John Birmingham. Check out more videos if you want on my channel. Bye. My God and Jesus videos. Dear God and Jesus, be with us on earth. Help us to do your work on earth. Help us to do your work by being kind to others. When you're around others, do God's work, and then they're kind back to you. And if they're that mean, get away from them and forgive them. And it's not their fault. They don't know what they're saying or doing. That's what Jesus says. And try to not say mean stuff, but we mess up sometimes. We all mess up. We can't help but to sin. Even the best, most kind, good people. But God is the one who's going to judge. God is the only one who can judge who is going to make it to heaven and who's going to go to hell, because some of those people end up going to hell for all eternity. So it's like okay, bye. I'm gonna upload this video. That's it. This is John Birmingham. Bye.